Hey guys, I know I was meant to film a video for you last week. It's awful. I've so not been keeping up already again. But this was supposed to be a June wrap up, and a July TBR, but that's not really going to work since my last video pretty much told you all I've read in like the last year, which is next to nothing. So we're going to start this video just with my TBR. So it's going to be quite short, I'm afraid. Okay, the first book that I'm reading in July is The Witch's Kiss by Catherine and Elizabeth Gore. I'm actually reading this on my Kindle because I'm skint, so I couldn't afford to buy the paperback. How depressing. But I actually ended up speaking to Elizabeth on Twitter after she mentioned to somebody else. I don't know how it ended up coming up on my Twitter feed, but I saw that she liked Lost Boys, and Lost Boys is my all-time favourite film. Classic vampire film. No glittering, pure violence. That is, and very witty humour. That's my favourite film. And I saw she liked it, and then I found her page, and her sister were writing this book, and I was like, I need to read this book. I love supernatural. I love supernatural creatures, and this is about a witch. Okay, so The Witch's Kiss is about a 16-year-old girl called Meredith. She's just in high school in England, getting pretty tired of her family that fights all the time, and she has witch magic that shoots out of her fingernails. I'm about a third of the way through already, so I'm trying to say this without saying spoilers or anything like that. But she meets a boy who is very sweet and lovely, but he is also possessed. So I think it's a bit of a twist on a fairy tale to see whether this possibly can work out. I'm just going to quickly glance at the synopsis. I was going to say something else, and I'm not entirely sure if there's a spoiler in there. Okay, yes, there's a centuries-old curse in relation to these two. I'm allowed to say that. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't sure. So yes, take on a fairy tale, witches, possessed pretty men. Centuries old curse, definitely a make-up for my type of book. So I'm about a third of the way through it right now. I am absolutely loving it. I've just not had time to get through any more of it. I've got so much going on just now, but I'm trying really hard. I'm not setting the bar very high for July in terms of how many books I'm going to get done. I probably reckon it's about 3, but some is better than none. So The Witch's Kiss, I'm going to try and finish that over the course of the next few days. And then I'm going to move on to A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. I was originally going to read this first in July, but I thought I might take a break from Sarah J Maas. Not that it's necessary, but it's definitely... I just needed a break. I needed something different, something that wasn't... Fae, just for a little while. And so I think everybody knows what this is about, which on the presumption that you don't. It's about a girl called Fair or Feyre. I've heard people pronounce it both ways. And she is she lives in a village. She lives in a village with her family, and they're not very well off. And they don't go into the woods because past the woods are the Fae, and they're terrifying, and there's not very nice things said about the Fae, and so they avoid the woods. But then Fair kills a wolf that turns out to be a Fae, and she has to pay a price. And on the back of the book it says that she has to pay the price with her heart. So I presume she gets taken to the Fae place, and I don't think it's very pleasant for her. And I've also heard that there's not a very nice boy in it. I will not name him, but I'm looking really forward to reading this, mostly because I heard it gets really smutty in the second book, and I am so ready for Sarah J Maas smut. Like, I read Queen of Shadows and I was like, come on, there needs to be some. Anyway, I'm gonna try and steer the conversation clear about my obsession with my books. So that is what I will be reading second in July, and then I will be moving on to Zenith? Oh, awful. Need to remember. I'm not very good with pronunciations. by Sasha Arlsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I'm sure everybody on BookTube knows that Sasha and Lindsay Cummings, they published this book literally like not long ago, and I saw on Twitter, I think it was yesterday, that it's a New York bestseller or something like that. That's crazy. So I'm really interested to get my hands on that. Again, it will probably be on my Kindle because I have no money. So I'm trying to minimise the amount I'm spending on books. So this book is about a space pirate called Androma, and she has a spaceship with an all-girls crew. I'm so game for all-female space pirates. I don't know if they actually are pirates, but in my head they are so far. And apparently their order of the ship gets all messed up when a bounty hunter from Androma's past comes into their lives, and so they embark on a very dangerous journey in order to restore order, apparently. I'm liking the word apparently today. There's another aspect to the story where there's a ruthless ruler waiting sort of in the background to seek revenge for the destruction of her people. So I'm sure that will then affect the journey and the mission that the main characters will have to go on. I'm really looking forward to reading this. I've heard amazing reviews of it. So that will be my third and final book in July. Comment down below, tell me what you're reading, tell me if you've got any points on the books I am reading, without giving spoilers, you know. So hopefully I'll be putting up a video again sooner than this, rather than it being like a week and a half too late. So I'm aiming again to have another one up before the weekend. So let's hope that I can stick to that. Hopefully I was going to do a video on my Camp NaNoWriMo, but I'm not really having a lot of success with that just now. It would appear that I'm a good like 6,000 words behind, so I don't really think you want a video on me telling you about how badly I procrastinate. So whether I'm hopefully there will be another video before the weekend. Comment down below, tell me what you guys would like to see, whether it would be a tag or a haul. I do have some things I could haul. So just let me know down below what you guys would like to see.